Happy Wednesday and welcome back to DEGREELESSNESS, everybody. I'm your host, Shanghai Pete. Hope everyone's had a lovely hump day and that you all been posting thirst traps on the timeline. Top story today is just a little bit juicy, possible Fallout New Vegas 2 news, so let's get deep inside right away. Oh hell yeah, let the debate over the new branch added to Fallout 4 on Steam titled New Vegas 2 begin. I love data mine type, so what exactly is going on here? Basically, yesterday people noticed a change on SteamDB, which is an independent website that monitors changes to Steam's public database. Specifically, they saw a new branch had been added to Fallout 4's backend titled New Vegas 2. Yeah, and understandably, as a result, everyone flipped the fuck out. Is this a sequel to New Vegas? A sign that they're about to remove the original and paywall some new hackjob remaster that scraps mod support? Or maybe it's a faithful next-gen remake of the original. After all, 2023 is the year of the remake, so that kind of thing certainly is in season. Maybe it's just a late and bad April Fool's joke. Unfortunately, Bethesda felt the need to maintain their reputation as one of the most corpo-facing, anti-consumer, and anti-fun devs in the industry and deleted that branch just a few hours ago. Womp womp. After that, reason began to reassert itself among some people, with many speculating that's obviously just someone having fun with files or prep related to the already announced Fallout 4 next-gen update slated to drop later this year. I have no desire to discuss how well that's likely to go, so I'll simply point you over to Fallout 76 if you happen to be wondering how Bethesda's recent handling of that IP has been going. Moving on, another popular theory that's gaining traction is that it's nothing more than a New Vegas themed Creation Club pack, possibly due to drop along with that Fallout 4 next-gen update. While there is some New Vegas stuff already available in the Creation store, there was never an official New Vegas pack or anything like that, so I feel like naming anything even tangentially related to that stuff with a 2 suffix wouldn't make any sense unless someone deliberately intended to fuck with people, which I admit is a possibility, especially since it was so quickly deleted. A possibility, but not a likely one. I think there's not a New Vegas or New Vegas 1 branch out there, so why would you need a 2 for anything? My take? It's the soon-to-be-announced New Vegas sequel, or possibly a remaster/remake. Why? Well, as I mentioned before, it is the year of the remake, but more seriously, there's a lot of things that may point to it. First of all, Bethesda has been struggling with the Fallout IP recently, so using a fan favorite to reinvigorate it would be a smart, if vile, move. Fallout 76 was not exactly a stunning success, and Fallout 4, while not what I'd consider bad by any means, definitely fell short of expectations. And why was that primarily? Oh yes, because the last Fallout game before that was fucking New Vegas, and it was way better. Secondly, Obsidian CEO Fergus Urquhart is on the record saying he'd love to make a new Fallout game, and New Vegas director Josh Sawyer has also said he'd definitely be open to working on the series again. And lastly, well, because there's already been reports of New Vegas sequel being in the works at Microsoft. Granted, it was last reported as only being in quote early talks, but I'd argue that's far better evidence in favor of the new Fallout branch named literally New Vegas 2 being a sign of, New Vegas 2 than any sort of Creation Club shenanigans only potentially or tangentially related to New Vegas. It is easy to see why it's already such a hot topic for discussion, though. Chances are, if you are an RPG fan in even the most basic sense, you've probably played and likely loved Fallout New Vegas. And even if you hadn't, you've almost definitely heard of it. A follow-up to Bethesda's somewhat controversial but generally enjoyed Fallout 3, New Vegas is considered by many to be an essential gaming experience. That is, if you can manage to navigate through the stock version of the game, which is so buggy and unstable it makes Cyberpunk 2077's launch look uneventful. If you want my take, I'm not sure I agree with all that. I agree that New Vegas is dope, and I've enjoyed my playthroughs of it, but I'm not sure I'd go so far as to call it essential. I'd be interested to see what you guys think though, so leave it in the comment section down below. Our own personal takes aside, the fact that it still enjoys an enormous popularity and has achieved cult status among many is indisputable. And as such, it's important to remember that likely would not have been possible if it were not for the many updates and DLC it's received over the years. Many by the developer Obsidian, yes, but the majority and best have largely been created by, and this will surprise no one, the fan community in their ceaseless quest to improve and perfect it. Dedicated and talented fan creators are very often responsible for keeping a game and its community active and popular long past the point where official dev support abandoned it, and New Vegas is no different. Sadly, an increasingly frequent outcome of all that, though, is for developers and publishers to then swoop back in years later after having deserted a game and its community to the tender mercies of time to hijack all the hard work done by thousands of their fans to keep the game alive and improve it by slapping it all behind a paywall. which of course then allows the publishers to harvest the monetary rewards created by their customers' hard work even years after abandoning them and the game. Just corpo things, folks. A standard procedure for that goes something like this. You take the fan-created bug fixes and improvements and toss them into a new build of the game. Then you remove the original versions of the game that supported those mods from digital storefronts, and you charge your customers again to buy the new version that was only made possible in the first place by their time, labor, dedication, and enthusiasm. Oh, and more often than not, the new version is worse than the fan-created stuff. A great example of this is fucking Bethesda themselves in the original iteration of the so-called Creation Club, better known as the "thanks for allowing us to make money off your hard work, you can go get fucked now" club. Another particularly egregious and insultingly low-effort example of this is what Rockstar did with the GTA trilogy last year. Remember that fuckfest? They trashed the original games, whose consistent and even increasing popularity was due almost entirely to fan-created mods, and replaced them with a worse product done by AI that they charge customers again for. I truly hope this is not what they're about to do with New Vegas. Just look at the 344th release of Skyrim, the recent anniversary edition, and you'll see more great evidence of why that would be a nightmare at best and an orgy of sacrilegious ultraviolence at worst. As to the official fate of any possible New Vegas sequel or New Vegas remaster, only time will tell. Alright, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching and chilling with us tonight. We love you today. We love you all the way. As I said earlier, I think this is either a New Vegas sequel or at the very least a remaster. How do you guys feel about this? Was it nothing more than a quickly corrected mistake? Are they really making a sequel? Do you think New Vegas was fucking trash and not care? Let us know in the comments down below and join us tomorrow for even more subversive sarcasm and unrepentant corpo bashing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I might feel a reinstall coming on.
Woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out, Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm back down, back down, what? Yup, woke up, smoke up, blunt, then I pass out, pass out, Woke up, what up, smoke up, blunt, then I'm